Want to save time and boost your sales? Let me show you how. In this video, I'm going to be giving you 3 tips on how to sell to your leads while saving time and not feeling burnt out and unenergized. Hi, my name is Aaliyah. Welcome to Serene Sales. I am a certified transformation coach, passionate about helping entrepreneurs increase their wealth through different coaching methods. Thank you for joining this video. We're going to get right into it. So I have 3 tips for you as mentioned. The first tip is to be more intentional and recognize that you do not need to sell to everyone. Now, I know this tip is a little controversial, but I like to focus more on quality versus quantity. The reality is, the more that you pour yourself out to multiple people, the more that you feel less energized. And not only that, but it consumes a lot of time. So weaving out and being more intentional about who you're serving, who you want to serve, who you want to speak to. Once you recognize that you have your set of people, not everyone needs to be served with what you have. There's a reason why people niche down. There's a reason why they niche down and they focus on a set of people, because the people that they focus on tends to get what they're offering. And so the person that you want to sell to should understand the value of that product or that service. So be more intentional, but also focus on not selling to everyone. Tip number 2 is to honor the buyer's journey. Now, what is the buyer's journey? You're probably thinking. I'm going to break down the 5 phases of the buyer's journey. The first phase is awareness. Is the customer aware of their problem? Phase 2 is consideration. Is the customer willing to consider different offers, different solutions to their problems? Phase number 3 is exploration. Is the customer prospect looking for a solution to their problems? What are they exploring, right? Phase number 4 is decision. Are they ready to do and make a decision? Are they ready to go to the next phase, which is connecting? Connecting is when the customer, the prospect, is wanting to buy and wanting to connect with someone on that. So for you to understand these 5 different phases is crucial, because it's going to allow you to know how to treat the customer or the client. When you can recognize the different phases that your customer is in, you're going to treat it a lot better. You're going to treat it a lot more intentionally, and they're going to recognize that intentionality is going to resonate with them. So for example, if you have a customer who's in the awareness stage, you should not treat them as similar to the customer who's in the decision stage. The reason why is because the person who's in the decision phase, they are ready to purchase the product. They're already decided. They already know what they want. So the person who isn't aware of the problem versus the person who knows what they want, these people need to be treated differently. So when you honor the fact that these people are in 2 different phases, you're honoring the buyer's journey. And when you honor the buyer's journey, you get to really be more intentional and spend time accordingly. You don't want to invest your time in beating a dead horse on someone who isn't aware that they need your service. So that's tip number 2. Now, I do have a podcast episode in the description with me going a little further into details about this buyer's journey. However, for the sake of this video, I'm going to keep it short. Feel free to go in and listen to the podcast in my description. The last tip is one of my favorite tips. And the reason why is because it's how I started off my journey. Tip number 3 is to incorporate your micro goals. Now, how is that going to help you save time and boost your sales? I'll give you an example. So when I first started working in sales, I started working in retail. It was a commission-based store. And so for me, I realized that I wanted to sell because I wanted to gain commission. However, I was not really good with people. I wasn't really the kind of person where I was super extroverted. I'm actually an introvert. And the difference is, back then, I was an introvert who experienced immense social anxiety. So this social anxiety was controlling me and controlling the outcome that I would have with my customers. And what I realized is I need to start putting the micro goal of getting better with people before I become better at selling. If being a better seller is my ultimate goal at the time, then it makes more sense for me to focus on people and being good with people, understanding body language, practicing my listening skills, practicing and recognizing what tone I'm using with them. And so that was part of the journey. And so the reason why I recommend this as tip number 3 is because it's going to allow you to tunnel vision into your bigger goals. When you add the micro goals, you're getting closer and closer to your bigger goals, which allows you to be better at selling, but also is going to save you time with recognizing what's important and what's not. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If so, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, for a limited time, I'm going to be having complimentary coaching sessions. If that's something that interests you, the link is going to be in the description for my discovery call. But thank you again for listening, and I appreciate you being here. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.